Over the past several months, I've been kind of keeping track of some of the things that are happening in our schools. And so I'll just start with shots fired behind Neilsville Middle School on January 15th. October 21st, there were shell casings behind Seneca Valley High School. We have February 2nd, a 16-year-old was shot on Demetrius Way. He was a former student of mine. On the 9th, there was an armed robbery between two Martin Luther King Middle School students. And on the 8th, there was pepper spray released in the school during the school day. My question is, how is MCPS and the County Council going to work together to make sure that our students are safe? Every day I send my children to school, and I go work in a middle school down the road, and I wonder if my kids are safe every day. My kids, my own children, and my students. I don't think it's okay for our kids to be weaponized against one another, for driving by my neighborhood and hearing 4 gunshots fired on my way to pick up my son. What is being done to help our kids in middle school and in high school who are being violent against one another? I want to know how MCPS and the County Council are going to work together so that our kids are safe.
First off, thank you for the question. And Officer Dillman just mentioned that on Monday, we can go all the way back to Monday, the Public Safety Committee and the Education and Culture Committee had a joint committee meeting. We're going to add, for our next one, Health and Human Services to be there as well, to discuss this. And I can tell you, I'm someone that believes that the SROs, CEOs, whatever, fellow by name is Shakespeare talked about, whatever you call a rose, it doesn't matter. I believe in that program. I saw it in Gaithersburg. It was Officer Blackman in those days was a mentor to students. And I certainly believe, though there was issues associated with it, it wasn't perfect, and we certainly heard from people that did and didn't like it, but we need to have the discussion to figure out what's the best way to bring whatever we need to bring back. It is not okay to be, for any student or any staff member, to be unsafe in anywhere, especially in our schools. Last night, Will Jawando and I were at Gaithersburg High School, and we had a similar discussion. You had people in the room. It was a PTSA meeting. We had people in the room who liked the idea. You had people in the room who didn't. It's Montgomery County. But we have said that we are going to, as quickly as we can, get back to having the discussion with the 3 committees to figure out what can be done. Having said all of that, Montgomery County Public Schools gets funded by Montgomery County. We send your tax dollars to Montgomery County Public Schools. We send a lot of your tax dollars. I'm a product of Montgomery County Public Schools as well. Pretty much, there's a little bit of an asterisk here, but pretty much, once we send the check over, the Board of Education gets to decide on how and if and what they're going to spend it on. We have a good dialogue with them, and we certainly work well. Will Jwando's the chair of the Education and Culture Committee. We have a good discussion, but they get to decide on how they're going to do what they're going to necessarily do. And it's my understanding that they too are extremely concerned. They were there with us on Monday, and they're extremely concerned about the next steps. So it's never good enough to just have the discussion. We need to have the discussion, and we need to solve this as quickly as we can. It is not ever acceptable to have people feel unsafe. And that's where we all are, and hopefully we will have something as quickly as we can.
Thank you, Councilmember Katz. We have Councilmember Balcombe with comments as well. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for that question, which is one of the reasons why we're here tonight. Some of the issues some of the incidents that you mentioned, I talked with my Chief of Staff, Lisa is here, and said, the community is concerned about safety, and we need to make sure that we have this discussion and this dialogue. When we knocked on doors during the campaign, the number one issue that I heard was public safety. People wanted more police presence. People wanted to feel safe in their community. I agree with my colleague, Councilmember Katz, about the SRO program. My daughter came up through MCPS. She had an SRO at Northwest High School. It's an important issue, as the commander said, to build these relationships. So one of the things that we are doing, I support the increased police presence. I support the recruitment incentive. We need to get these positions filled. We need to give our police the support that they need to keep us safe and to do their jobs. So, and then from the MCPS perspective, we need some assurance from the MCPS that they're doing their part as well. And we're just starting the new budget process, so there's going to be a lot of discussion about accountability. So thank you so much.